Hey guys, it's Fire here. Just wanted to tell you all thanks for clicking on the video, everything like that. This episode was supposed to come out like a week after our last one, but my hard drive that I had everything stored on got corrupted, and it took a while to get everything, at least some of it back. I didn't get everything back, as well as the fact that this episode in particular, the ending is like it's gone. It's completely gone. I kind of lost it. So here it is. I saved what I could, and I won't take up any more of the time rambling here. Enjoy episode 8, and thanks for watching, and of course, do all the social media and algorithm stuff since I can't say it at the end of the video. Alright, well, without further ado, here we go. Alright, next episode, the one that came after the last one that no one watched. We're just gonna get right into this. Coolshirt and I have been talking about this for a minute, and we literally didn't want to blow all of the good comments and absolutely horrible jokes on just ourselves.
Too fast.
Exactly. So if you have the ability to read, which I understand is asking a lot of people in the year 2025.
Especially these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about just the lack of morality. There's names in the title. We'll talk about those on their own, but I'm just going to get started here, and this is just going to be a little, I don't know, lore dump something. I don't know. I wouldn't say that I'm the arbiter of morality. I've done my fair share of absolutely heinous stuff, especially to people that I care about, or at least the way that it seemed to care about. Trying to fix it, I can't fix all of it. But what I will say this... What, Coolshirt?
I'm joking. I said, how dare you?
How dare I? I know.
I know.
I will say this. I can handle it when people lie to me, when people treat me badly and people use me. I'm used to it. I've had it done to me a ton. I mean, I grew up with it. I grew up in a family that does it to each other on a day that ends in Y. But yeah, no, that's a real thing. This isn't a pity party.
Hashtag relate.
Yeah. This isn't a pity or a ditty party. So to make the long story short, I hate it when they do it to other people. I absolutely despise it. It is one of the things that pisses me off to no end. And it seems like every single day someone is doing this to people on the internet. Whether it's VTubers pretending to be friends with each other and then saying, it's just good business. Or...
oh my god.
People luring...
I feel like that used to be the thumbnail of this video, is the scene from Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like, it's just good business, Jack.
It's good business, Jack. We'll make it happen. But it seems like if it's not that, then you've got, one guy going out and completely misconstruing a really, really good cause that is incredibly pro-consumer. And when anything is brought up about it, they get, defensive and start berating, and then they really show their real colors. Or,
crying, sassy little bitch.
Yep. Or...
that's right, Pirate Software. You suck.
You do suck. And
a lot of dick.
I hope you fall off a cliff in Minecraft. Or in World of Warcraft in a hardcore mode, and then throw for your entire team like you did in the past. I do research.
Where he ran away like a little bitch.
Exactly, and left all of his friends, in air quotes,
friends, to die.
Yeah. In Minecraft, in World of Warcraft, not in Minecraft.
In World of Warcraft, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched all the drama vids about it, and then all those same people that complained about him doing that roached out on Tyler 1.
Oh god.
During the raid that they were like leveling up to do.
Yeah.
During that whole event, it was kind of hilarious where everybody just basically pulled a Pirate Software. So, bunch of hypocrites in that industry. That's for sure.
There's a bunch of hypocrites in my opinion, in every single industry. I feel like this isn't just an internet culture thing. I mean, you see it a lot more. One, because we have a chronically online culture, and two, because the current state of online, I mean, popularity gaining or going viral, the easiest way to do it seems to, the moment that someone makes one little mistake, you jump on it, like a piranha who's been starved for like an entire month, and little Timmy drops his chicken in the water. And where did that analogy come from? Could have just been little Timmy falling off a boat. Either
I don't know where you get your shit from, man, but I don't question it.
Yeah.
Either what the hell? I was not expecting that one.
No one was expecting it. But either way, it's the main reason I want to talk about this is something that hit incredibly close to home in some ways. And that is the most recent Ludwig stuff. I'll say stuff because it's better to just stay stuffed, because brain no work. But so there have been a million
Ludwig.
There have been a million videos explaining this. There have been a million videos that will read you every single tweet, will read you every single, article and all that. That's not what this is.
And there's some gay retards that will defend this guy for what his actions and everything as well.
Yes, and they have nothing to do with homosexuals. And at least to my knowledge. But either way.
I don't know. Hassan Piker, is he gay? I don't really know.
He is, but not in that way. I wouldn't ever insult homosexuals by lumping them in with Hassan Piker.
You're right. Gay people have nothing to do with the crimes of Hassan Piker.
Yeah.
I retract that statement. I apologize to any of our gay watchers, our gay viewers.
You mean fifth?
Yes, just fifth. That's right.
Yeah, just fifth.
Yeah, hi fifth.
Yeah, he doesn't watch this. Ever since he became a wounded veteran, he doesn't do much of anything other than crawl to the fridge and cry.
I think he might have actually crashed his motorcycle, because I haven't heard from him in a while.
Oh, Jesus, I hope not.
Actually, he's online right now, so never mind.
Oh, never mind. He's fine. He won't join, but
he's okay.
Yeah, so either way. So, for all those who are wondering about it, the gist of it is this. Ludwig, who is a very popular YouTuber / streamer / internet retard. Can I say that word in 2025?
You goddamn right you can.
Awesome. Internet retard. Basically got a bunch of people.
We took back the R word, my man.
Thank God. Basically,
to quote Linus Tech Tips, the hard R.
I like that one. Basically,
he almost got canceled for that one.
Good. I hope I get canceled for this. The long story short of this is he hosted a event called Beerio Kart, and I didn't know
the name of the event.
Yeah, I didn't know what this was, but funny enough, I learned this from my sister's boyfriend, who is also a raging alcoholic, but in a completely different way. And
nice.
Yeah. And the gist of it is you go play Mario Kart and you get hammered is the nice way of doing it. People do this everywhere. This isn't a thing. The only difference is this time there were cameras everywhere, and there was someone who technically should have been chaperoning it. That certain person was Ludwig. And to say he failed is an insult to failure. Because if you want a good example of failure, look at corporate modern America. But either way. So, what ends up happening is the guy somehow finds a mushroom hat plush thing and begins to thrust it.
It was his hat,
yeah,
essentially.
And begins to thrust into it while within sneezing distance of a female streamer. Once again, one that I have never heard of. But the only reason I know who Ludwig is
I don't even know who those female streamers were that were involved. I'd never seen either of those two chicks before.
I'd never seen either of them, and I've never seen this guy before either.
I'd never heard of him either, because apparently he's big in like the Smash Bros industry or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
in competitive gaming, and I am
yeah,
I
don't
am
care about that.
yeah,
I hate competitive gaming, so
I'm one of the
it's probably a
biggest.
piece of shit. So I don't care.
Yeah, probably, but that doesn't mean you get to ruin someone's life for monetary
Yeah.
gain.
Yeah, exactly. Like I still think it's extremely fucked up, like what Ludwig did to him, because like he knew that apparently he was like really close friends with this guy.
Yeah.
He like ahead of time. He knew ahead of time that he had a drinking problem, and he brings him to an event where he's providing the alcohol, and like there's multiple clips of him encouraging him and giving him a breathalyzer test, and like telling him to get those numbers up by drinking more and more alcohol.
Yeah. And that's
like he was like to a like deadly intoxication level too. It was awful.
Yes. And
like the guy could have died, which is like something that not many people are actually talking about.
Yeah. Number one, knowing that someone has an alcohol problem and immediately inviting them to something like this. Number one, morality out of the question. Especially if you call that person a friend. And I understand, especially nowadays, the word friend, especially online, is about as far as you can toss a quarter in a 1-bedroom apartment. And that's kind of expensive now that I think about it. But either way.
Yeah, it is nowadays. Yeah.
Either way, that doesn't make it any more wrong or any more right. The simple fact of the matter is Ludwig only cares about one thing. And that's money. We can end this here because at the end of the day, the only thing that every single person that we've talked about up to this point, and we will talk about.
We'll never talk to these people.
No, we will never talk to these people.
If we ever do talk to them, we'll probably get banned in their chat. So
probably. I already I'm not really a big chatter. I just kind of lurk. I don't like typing.
Neither do I. I might post an emote here and there. Just as a joke.
I'm not really
big. I don't watch any of these pieces of shit, so.
I mean, it's one of the reasons why we have a Twitter account for this channel. It's right down here on the bottom, but I haven't posted really anything on it. And it's mostly because I misspelled the word rapping earlier today. I won't tell you how, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah, he really likes the word wrapping.
Yeah,
like wrapping paper.
Yeah, wrapping.
Yeah,
I misspelled that.
Yeah.
And if you can figure it out, don't post it in the comment section, or do. I don't care.
Please do.
I'm not your mom.
I'd like to downvote your comment.
Yeah, but if you're still watching, this all can be summed up in one thing, and you can leave after I say this. These people do not care about their viewers. These people do not care about their friends. And to be honest with you, they don't really care about themselves to a certain point. And by that, I mean they don't care how they're perceived, as long as they get two things. The likes, the follows are one, and money is the other. And that it's just that simple at the end of the day. And I don't know why I started talking like that, but that's it. And if you click off of this, thanks for watching. Do what you need to do with the algorithm and things like that.
No, fuck that. We're going to keep going.
No, we're going to keep going, but that's for, the people that don't want to listen to anything.
Fuck you. You're staying here. You better buckle up your seatbelt. We're about to get into this shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, back on this, I'm not a Ludwig fan. I've never really watched his content. I've seen bits.
What type of content does he even do outside of like drama content? Because I know he closed down that drama channel, but I don't even know what he does outside of that.
I'm pretty sure he does generic live streamer stuff. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Coolshirt, at this point, it seems like every single channel content creator out there nowadays has to start their streams out by reacting to either political news or drama. Even channels that, like, it seems like have nothing to do with either of those, you know?
Yeah.
And it's as someone who I spent a portion of my life thinking and dreaming, how can we take this kind of content? How can we take internet culture and turn it back to the early 2010s, to where it was all about just making videos, no drama, none of that. And then,
I mean, to be fair, there was a lot of drama back then too. I know your rose-tinted glasses are a little old, my man, but there was also a shit ton of drama like there is now. It just wasn't as big.
as I was about to say, and then you come to find out towards the end of the 2010s that you have people beating their wife, sleeping with fans, stealing money, scamming fans, doing crypto after they make a spit on that thing joke, you know? That's a more recent thing.
It's a very recent thing. I wouldn't call that old at all.
It's old in terms.
Still wet. The paint's still wet.
They're still cleaning off the spit. No, but
they're still cleaning off the spit on that thing.
No, but what I mean by that is, in terms of internet, that's old news. No one talks about.
No, fuck that chick. She ain't even relevant anymore.
No, and that's the thing.
Thank God she is. She sadly lives in the same state as me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But then again,
it was really bad news when I heard about that.
By the way, nice outing yourself for living in that state.
In Tennessee, yeah, the great state of Tennessee. Yep.
But either
I'll save you all the research.
Yeah, the 2-second Google search.
Yeah.
Back to Ludwig though. I've known about him for a while. But for me personally, take this with a grain of salt, and I've always had this feeling with people. And part of it is from my upbringing and just not really being able to trust people. But the guy just gives off a very slimy, kind of smug kind of attitude about him from what I've seen. And it seems like, now I'm not saying the guy's going to go and, commit an actual crime or go and, drain someone's bank account. But it's more along the lines of, if you ever get caught on fire, the guy won't piss on you to put it out. That kind of level,
Like everyone else on the internet has been saying, he's the type of guy who will shove you to the zombies the moment that you become inconvenient in a zombie survival scenario.
I guess we'll do that. I thought zombie survival died back in like 2015, but hey, what do I know?
All the comments on a lot of the videos I've been seeing have been posting that, to be fair.
I mean, I've never been that big of a zombie survival guy, but hey, if it works, it works.
I mean, I've watched The Walking Dead. Like,
you mean the talking walking?
Like, I mean, I don't know what the fuck. I don't even remember what last time I watched that. It was like at least more than 10 years ago.
I've never seen it. I just make the joke that towards the end it just became all about walking and talking and less about zombies.
That was the entire show. What are you on about?
Sounds awful. Either way.
And then there was the episodes where like they had their limbs chopped off. There's the cannibals and all the other good stuff about The Walking Dead. Anyways,
all the gore that desensitized modern America. Great. I've become a Karen. I've become a Karen.
Jeez, I mean, I knew you were a white woman. It was obvious. His spirit animal, or like two spirit, is a Starbucks faring white woman.
Let me tell you this right now. Just a little lore dump here in the middle of this. I'd become a whole different animal. A whole different animal when it's pumpkin spice season. Let me tell you, Starbucks makes the best pumpkin spice, probably the best in the world. Yeah, they burn all their other coffee.
Without an iPhone.
Let me tell you, I tweeted out to all my besties. We meet up at
your Starbucks turned into Trump real quick.
That was the whole point.
I could tell. It's like, what the fuck?
You tweet
I
out to
guess
all
Trump
your
is the next Starbucks
dude. There's probably
mascot now.
all you got to do is just go on to like your AI of choice and be like barista Trump working at Starbucks. There you go.
No, it exists. Trust me, I've seen it.
Yeah, there you go. This is the best latte ever. You'll never have another good latte like this one. Absolutely great. Absolutely peak. My Trump is awful. I can't do it like that one comedian dude.
It really is bad. Yeah. Honestly, Shane Gillis does such a good Trump impression. It's insane.
It is absolutely
I don't
amazing.
know how he does such a good Trump. It's hilarious. It's between him and Steven Crowder. I think those two guys do like the funniest Trump impressions, in my opinion.
Dude, Crowder does so many impressions.
It's hilarious.
Amazingly. Like his
Crowder's Gilbert Gottfried is
that's
S-tier.
exactly what I was about to say.
I don't care what you think about his politics. His Gilbert Gottfried impression is peak.
Yeah. Okay.
It's peak comedy, bro. Anyways.
Okay, this episode's getting too positive. Okay? we can't have
Hey, we got to balance it out. We can't just be like hating on people the entire episode. We got to have a little bit of positivity in here.
Dude, I've been battling with taking on more depressing topics because I don't want to turn this podcast into like an absolute doom and gloom. But like every single day, like I've been saying, it just seems like someone's robbing their fans. Someone threw their friend under the bus. A VTuber goes and absolutely nukes all of her friends and then does this really shitty apology on Twitter. And once again, it's just good business. And
yes, it's just good business.
I mean, dropping Ludwig here, because let's be honest, is going to be
I couldn't give less of a shit.
Yeah, it all comes down to the simple fact that we've just slowly, especially online, I have the belief that everywhere is different. Like I've lived most of my life up until recently in places that never even had an Apple store. And what you're probably thinking to yourself, what does not living in a city that has an Apple store have to do with absolutely anything? But it's more along the lines of you don't have the amenities that some of these bigger cities do. Some of these places that you would argue are cultural hubs. So it feels like you're kind of in the past. It's been a real big culture shock in some ways and in others. But what I will say is morality, especially in society, really started dropping off the moment that people started selling out. And I understand people have been selling out for years. Look at the old P. Diddy commercials with Fiat and, things like that, which have not aged very well. And we can ask John Tron about that. You know that meme? That one didn't age quite so well. But there's a big difference between selling out and completely throwing all of your morals to the side by getting involved in Ponzi schemes, by completely abandoning your friends or using friends for monetary gain, or intentionally sabotaging things you don't know about, i.e. pirate software, which let's talk about that for a bit.
Talk about that. Yeah, I was going to say.
So,
good old pirate software.
There's this initiative called Stop Killing Games. For those that don't know, there's like a little 44-second video. I will link it in the description. It sums it up better than I will here. So the entire thing is trying to get legislatures across the world to take notice and to basically force game companies, to add end-of-life plans to their games. Now, you're probably thinking, if you're a pirate software fan or you're coming in from there, you're probably thinking, well, this was only single-player stuff because that's what he said. But yes and no. One, because in certain realms, I remember seeing certain like single player content that was online only. But this also goes for MMOs, and that's the big thing. World of Warcraft, Destiny, Final Fantasy 14, some that we don't have anymore, Club Penguin, what's that one really weird one with the hot tub or like the pool incident? I don't know why I keep thinking
What?
You haven't heard about that?
I don't even know about this. What the fuck are you on about?
So there's this old like weird, they kind of had like Roblox looking characters. There was this weird kind of Club Penguin kind of MMO thing, and there was what's called the pool incident. Okay, look it up. You're gonna have to figure it out for yourself. I cannot describe it in this video. That's something you have to go out and search for yourself. Okay? But either way, a lot of these games and things like that don't have end of life plans. So when they shut down, whether it's here, now, in the future, whenever, you can't play these games anymore. And we'll lump gacha games and mobile games into that too, because as much as I don't think they're games, they're still games, quote unquote. Certain people will argue that Wuthering Waves is a game. I see it as more of a Gathering Wives situation, but to each their own.
It absolutely is. I mean, why do you think they added a game mode called Gathering Wives?
There you go. Either way.
And then Whimpering Wives as well.
Anyways. Either way. So what Pirate Software did is he goes and he reads through the entirety of the message that this movement was trying to do. And I don't know the guy, I don't know what his true intentions were, whether it's just pure hubris, whether it's the fact that he thinks he's smarter than everyone, or what. But what I will say is this. The guy is an ex-Blizzard developer. He has his hands...
Blizzard.
Yeah, he has his hands still in a lot of mainstream games. Even though he doesn't work with any of these companies, he still thinks, or maybe even he does, hold influences over some of these people. And this can easily turn into a rant for another day, is what I will say on this. But I will say this. As someone who's loved games all his life, as someone who used them as not only an escape, but ways to make friends, they are not... They're not something that these developers truly understand what they're making. Some of them do, some of them don't. But in recent times, it seems more along the line that these developers are less game devs and more activists. They do not like the communities that they create, whether it's out of pure laziness or out of just genuine hatred for the people that play the games, or a subsection of them. Because when you make a game, or when you make art in general, or any form of media, when you put the media out there, it's no longer yours. And what I mean by that is it becomes different things to different people. And to some people, it holds more of a weight than to others. Gets people through dark places, helps them make friends when they didn't have any, helps a kid escape a shitty school life, a shitty home life. That's what games are. And they've been co-opted by people that think that they're better than you. They are co-opted by people that want you to crank your money out for whatever they're putting out. I won't insert the games here. Do your own research. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating it, but this is what I've seen. But then again, I'm a Destiny fan. and I only recently
You're
quit.
already cooking yourself, so yeah, exactly.
And I only recently quit. And you couldn't find a game that hates its fan base more, in my opinion, than modern day Bungie. But either way, back to Pirate Software. It would be one thing if he, said all this stuff and then was found out, oh man, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize. No, the guy doubled down.
Hard.
Incredibly hard. In making, in my opinion, incredibly personal comments, personal insults to anyone that called him out and to the creator of Stop Killing Games.
Yeah, you called him like a snake oil salesman.
A
or something,
snake oil
or,
salesman, a used car
used car salesman. Yeah, he used that as well.
And it's just, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, that kind of language is uncalled for. I've called people retards in this very episode. Use whatever language you like. But it's very much, don't be mad when people get pissed off at you. Don't be mad in the modern culture that we're in when a ton of other YouTubers and streamers go and comment and have negative things to say about you. Don't make shitty apologies that you don't mean. If you're not sympathetic, if you're not sorry, I hate to say this because this is going to offend some people, don't apologize. Double down. If you want to be an asshole, be an asshole. Okay? This entire thing's about morality, this entire episode. So don't go and make a Twitter post, which, oh my God, Twitter X, a cesspool of absolute filth and just.
I love it. Twitter's great.
There you go. I mean, it's better than Blue Sky. Either way.
Nobody's on Blue Sky. It's a fucking ghost town. Ain't nobody over there.
Oh,
Every liberal who's posting on fucking Blue Sky is just talking to the void.
Don't bring dead internet theory into this.
No, they are. There's nobody there. I've seen plenty of research. It's like the fucking dead platform. Bro.
I have
retarded.
I actually have
anyway, but like I love Twitter though because there's a bunch of retards on both sides of the fucking spectrum. So you get to basically just see all of the world just fall apart right in front of you. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it is a great social experiment.
There you go. I don't know. I don't know about this. Maybe I'm out of line here. Dude, to answer me this, Coolshirt, since you're the only one here to really give me this feedback.
Yeah.
I personally feel that with a lot of these content creators, influencers, whatever you want to call them, they will say anything to try to spin narratives. And they will, they will abandon whatever stance that they have to either save face or to appease.
It depends. If you're Pirate Software, you double down.
Yeah, appease, your sponsors or whatever. And I understand it. People got to live, but most of these people are millionaires. And
yeah.
And if not millionaires, 100,000aires. Okay?
Yeah.
And they make their money most of the time by, tips from people that enjoy their content. I'm not shaming those people. What I want to say to finally get to the point is if you find yourself in a controversy and you think you're right, even if you're wrong, okay? Don't flip-flop. Don't apologize. Don't do any of that. Not, at least not to random people that, pay your bills. Okay? Don't apologize to that. All you're doing is you're trying to change opinions of people that don't want to change their opinion, or you want to give ammo to your fans so that they can go and attack people that are your detractors. Double down, stick to your guns, stay honest to yourself. That's all you have at the end of the day. Morality's dead. We've talked about that in length. We're going to keep talking about it here. But double down. you know?
I have a question that may spark into a pretty long conversation, but why do you think, where do you think morality died within our modern culture? Where was the pivotal point? Was it 9/11?
The moment the second tower was hit, it
No, it
was
was the one with the Pentagon was a target.
no the moment the Pentagon wasn't able to get their pizza deliveries and hit those gay bars.
They weren't able to hide their Boys Life magazines.
There you go. No, I think for me personally, I think the moment that like that we lost morality was the moment people realized how much money could be made by being anonymous on the internet. I truly believe that the moment that social media really took off, the moment that a lot of these, like, I wouldn't say first generation YouTubers, but like around your around your 2007s through your mid 2010s, seeing some of these bad actors, the Minecraft YouTubers of the world, and seeing what they were able to cover
That,
up.
man.
What's up?
We love how the Minecraft YouTuber trend went.
Yeah, they were able to cover up so much for a decade. And it really, really sucks when nowadays you have three main questions when it comes to content creators. Number one, what skeleton do they have in their closet? How long are they going to be able to keep that skeleton in there? And whenever they get into drama nowadays, you have to always ask, is this even real? Because on multiple occasions, we have seen content creators argue back and forth, create fake drama for money. And yeah, you can say if it's fake, no one's getting hurt, but that's not true. All of this lying, all of this faking of drama, all of these back and forths eroded culture to where we are today. That's where I think it started. It already wasn't doing great, especially, after Bush did 9/11, but
Yeah.
it
Thanks,
get
Bush.
yeah, thanks.
Not specifying which one.
Yeah, I don't care how many blue eyes white dragons you own.
Why'd you have to go shoot the CIA operative, aka Osama bin Laden?
Exactly. He was just trying to play Animal Crossing and Splatoon.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That's wild, bro.
We need to be careful. We're getting real dangerous into Hassan Piker territory. We don't want to do
Uh-oh,
that.
he might start cheering us on.
Exactly. And that's not a camp I want to be lumped into. I'll be lumped into a lot of camps, but I don't want to be lumped into that camp.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah. But that's my answer to your question. What about you?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of it has happened because, like, I mean, I come from a Christian background, so like, and I feel like the way, like, at least American culture has kind of gone is that everybody hates Christians these days, but also it's kind of their fault because the church is like mega divided in like a million different versions of itself to the point where like nobody really knows what version of Christianity is like the quote unquote good one.
I
I don't
mean,
really think there is a good one, just being real, just as a personal Christian. I think that they're all misguided and just lost. So I think that sense of like the foundation of Western culture is like moral beliefs. I'm not saying it all goes back just to Christianity. It stems from all cultures and religions and things of that nature. But the nice part about America is that there's not really one specific religion that like we all follow. It's a melting pot, which I like. I think it's important for our culture to have that. Um, but I do think that there are some specific like moral beliefs that people had and like what were instilled with them at a younger age years back that have been lost to our society, especially like common decency, respect and dignity and things of that nature that people just don't really care about anymore.
And not whoring yourself on the internet.
Well, that comes with, respecting yourself and having some dignity. But I
That's
mean,
not, by the way, that's not just aimed at OnlyFans girls.
Those go to both men and women. To be fair, those fucking weirdo furries on there, yeah, you go fuck yourself too. You guys are ruining your lives as well.
What you do in the comfort
That's
of your
right, Pirate Software. You too.
what you do in the comfort of your own home is your own freedom. Okay?
But you also give me the freedom to judge you as well.
100%.
Because it's America.
Yeah. No, but I understand where you're coming from. I used to be religious about a decade and a half ago. Before I even met you, around 2010, I used to go to church every single Sunday. I stopped going. One, just because I moved and I didn't really like the way that the churches in my area were run. I've moved again since, and I have no plans on ever going back because I have my own issues with organized religion. That's an episode for another day. My opinion.
Yeah, religion sucks. I'm gonna be honest.
No, religion does not suck. Religion is great. I think having something for people to believe in is great. But I think the main issue is we have a lack of leadership, whether it's leadership in religion, we have a leadership issue in culture, in politics,
Society,
in general. And
in general. I could probably talk about exactly where that kind of started and is kind of a problem, but I don't want to get too based in the chat over here, so maybe that'll be another podcast topic to be entirely.
Yeah, and the main.
They keep beating the men down.
You don't.
I mean, that's just genuinely the answer, though. To be fair,
I disagree. I don't think you have to be a man to be a leader.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think that that's the case either. But I do think that taking men out of their roles within society has been the biggest problem within our modern quote unquote melting pot world we have. Is men are discouraged from doing what's natural to them and are forced into these roles that are unnatural to them, and then everyone gets mad at them because they don't live up to roles that they were told never to do.
I disagree. I think that is definitely a problem, but that is not the problem.
Okay.
The
what's your solution?
Accountability. True accountability. I'm tired of people, your Pirate Softwares, your Ludwigs, your Mango, I think his name was. Because let me be clear. I don't think Mango was innocent. Let me be very clear, because you know you're an alcoholic. You walk into this. You can say no unless he had a gun to his head that I just don't know about, and that's a completely different issue. But not saying he did, just theoretically, for legal reasons.
Got some spicy stuff for the video thumbnail.
But what I will say is the internet, whenever they see that something is wrong or whatever, a mob instantly comes out and they get mad. They try to ruin someone's life, whether it's real or not. And I'm a big believer in actual real justice laws, and I understand that as an American, our system is flawed. Criminals get away all the time. But let me tell you something. Innocent people get off too. And that's the important part. Okay? You always have another chance to catch a criminal. Whether it's if they do something heinous again, or if you can actually do your job correctly. But you never have the chance to truly repair an innocent person's, how would I say it? An innocent person's reputation. That's the word I'm looking for. And we've seen it so many times where innocent people are attacked by internet mobs, and